30. Celebrities. You didn't know we're black. You think you know your favorite celebrities? Think again. Some of the biggest stars dominating music, sports, and Hollywood have African heritage most fans never even realized. From chart-topping singers to blockbuster actors and game-changing athletes, their stories challenge everything you thought you knew about identity, fame, and culture. The truth isn't always obvious, and that's exactly why it matters. Are you ready to discover which names on this list will surprise you the most? Stay tuned, drop a comment with your guesses, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Legends of Black Excellence. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel born Mark Sinclair on July 18, 1967 in Alameda County. California is far more than the gravel-voiced hero audiences know from the Fast and Furious. Frank. His journey to success was not instant. Diesel started as a struggling actor who couldn't land roles because Hollywood couldn't label him. He wasn't seen as white enough or black enough. To fight back, he wrote, directed, and starred in a short film called Multifacial 1995, exploring the life of a biracial actor. The film earned recognition at the Cannes Film Festival and caught the attention of Steven Spielberg, who cast him in Saving Private Ryan 1998. From there, Diesel built a career defined by determination, blockbuster appeal, and a deep connection with audiences who sensed his authenticity. Do you think his ability to embody roles that transcend race is part of what makes him so universally appealing? As Dominic Toretto in Fast and Furious, Diesel became the face of a franchise that has grossed over $7 billion worldwide, cementing his legacy as one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. Beyond acting, he founded One Race Films production, Guardians of the Galaxy, and The Iron Giant in the animated classic. Off-screen, Diesel's heart shows through his philanthropy. He co-created the Paul Walker Foundation after his co-star's death, funding scholarships and marine science research. Vin Diesel's story is proof that heritage runs deeper than appearances. By embracing his identity and building an empire against the odds, he not only redefined the modern action star, but also became a symbol of perseverance for anyone whose background has ever been misunderstood. Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle, born Rachel. Meghan Markle on Audoria Ragland, an African-American social worker and yoga instructor, and Thomas Markle Sr., a television lighting director of Dutch and Irish descent. Her mixed heritage gave her a perspective that shaped her resilience advocacy and later her place in history as a biracial woman inside the British monarchy. Her path to stardom began with small acting roles, but her breakthrough came in 2011 as Rachel Zane on the legal drama Suits. For 7 seasons, Meghan captivated audiences with intelligence, grace, and understated charisma. Off-screen, she built a reputation as a humanitarian working with the UN on women's rights and supporting clean water initiatives across the globe. Despite her growing success, she often spoke about the subtle racism and stereotypes she faced in Hollywood, highlighting how casting directors frequently didn't know how to categorize her. When she began dating Prince Harry in 2016, the world's media erupted in fascination and controversy. Their wedding on May 19, 2018, watched by an estimated 1.9 billion people worldwide, was a cultural milestone, a biracial American actress marrying into centuries of British royal tradition. But soon after, relentless press scrutiny and racism drove the couple to step back from their royal duties. In 2020, they relocated to North America and co-founded Archewell, a non-profit and media organization focused on community compassion and social change. Do you believe her openness about race, mental health, and independence has permanently changed how the world views the monarchy? Meghan is not just the Duchess of Sussex. She is a mother to Archie and Lilibet, a producer with multi-million-dollar partnerships, and a voice for social justice, gender equality, and mental health. Whether praised or criticized, she commands global attention. Her story reminds us that identity is complex, resilience is essential, and heritage especially. Black heritage can challenge and reshape some of the world's most powerful institutions. Rashida Jones. Rashida Jones born Rashida Leah Jones, on February 25, 1976 in Los Angeles, is a woman who grew up at the crossroads of entertainment and culture. Her father, the legendary African-American music producer Quincy Jones, shaped the sound of generations, while her mother, actress Peggy Lipton, embodied the glamour and soul of Hollywood's golden years. This unique blend of backgrounds gave Rashida both the privilege of opportunity and the burden of constant expectation, a balance she has managed with remarkable grace. Her career in acting flourished through unforgettable television roles. On NBC's Parks and Recreation, she played Ann Perkins, the lovable best friend whose warmth grounded the series. She later starred in Netflix's Hey Blas Joya Barris I Love You Man to the Pixar hit Soul, which she co-wrote, proving her creative range. But Rashida's ambitions were never limited to acting. She stepped behind the camera to direct Quincy 2018, a deeply personal documentary that captured her father's extraordinary life and won the Grammy for Best Music Film. What do you think makes Rashida Jones stand out more, her acting versatility or her ability to shape stories behind the scenes? Recognition of her influence has been significant. In 2018, Time magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people in the world. Her journey illustrates the complexity of identity, a biracial woman navigating spaces where she is sometimes seen as too black and other times not black enough. Yet Rashida transforms that in-between space into power, proving that heritage is not a limitation but a resource. By weaving her intelligence, artistry, and compassion together, she has become not only a recognizable actress, but also a cultural voice, reminding us that representation matters at every level of storytelling. Wentworth Miller. Wentworth Miller, born June 2, 1972 in Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire. England is a striking example of talent combined with resilience. Best known for his unforgettable role as Michael Scofield in Fox's Prison Break, 2005 to 2017, Miller became a global star by embodying a man who outsmarts the system with brilliance and quiet determination. Yet behind the fame lies a heritage and a personal journey that many fans may not fully know. His father is of African-American and Jamaican descent, while his mother has Russian, French, Dutch, and Lebanese roots. This complex background often made him feel caught between worlds, shaping the sensitivity he later poured into his characters. His acting resume extends beyond Preece. He has appeared in The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow as Captain Cold, demonstrating his ability to blend charm with menace. But Miller is more than an actor, he is also a screenwriter. In 2013, his script for Stoker, starring Nicole Kidman, received critical acclaim for its haunting tone and originality. His creative versatility has earned him respect both in front of and behind the camera. In 2013, Miller made headlines when he publicly came out as gay while refusing to attend a Russian film festival in protest of anti-LGBTQ laws. He also opened up about his lifelong struggle with depression, becoming an advocate for mental health awareness. His honesty encouraged countless fans to confront stigma and embrace vulnerability. Do you believe his willingness to speak openly about identity and struggle makes his impact greater than his acting career alone? Wentworth Miller's legacy goes beyond television thrillers or superhero cameos. He represents courage. The courage to own one's truth, to honor one's heritage, and to use fame as a platform for social change. For fans who only saw the tattoos of Michael Scofield, his real-life story is far more powerful. A reminder that resilience and authenticity can break barriers just as dramatically as any prison wall. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, born March 27, 1969 in Huntington, New York, is not only one of the most successful singers in history, but also a woman whose heritage and personal story often surprise those who only know her voice. With a father of African-American and Afro-Venezuelan descent and an Irish-American mother, Carey grew up navigating an identity that the music industry rarely spotlighted in the 1980s and 1990s. That complexity never silenced her. It fueled her ambition to prove that talent transcends categories. Her debut album in 1990 delivered 4 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, an unprecedented achievement. Since then, Carey has sold over 200 million records worldwide, and One Sweet Day with Boys II Men. Her holiday classic, All I Want for Christmas Is You, has alone generated over $60 million in royalties, becoming a cultural anthem played every December across the globe. Yet Mariah's brilliance extends beyond chart success. She is renowned for her 5-octave vocal range and mastery of the whistle register abilities that have inspired generations of singers. She also ventured into acting, winning acclaim for her role in Precious 2009, and shared her life story through her best-selling memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey 2020, where she candidly discussed race fame and her struggles with bipolar disorder. What through highs and lows, Carey has remained a global icon known as the Songbird Supreme and the Queen of Christmas. Her African-American heritage is an essential part of her story, often overlooked by casual fans who only see the glamour. By embracing her roots, speaking openly about mental health, and continuing to perform with undiminished passion, Mariah Carey stands not just as one of the best-selling female artists of all time, but as proof that identity, talent, and survival can merge into true legend. Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Douglas Johnson, born May 2, 1972 in Hayward, California, has lived several lifetimes in one body. Football player, wrestling champion, Hollywood superstar, and businessman. Known to millions simply as The Rock, he first carved his legacy in the World Wrestling Federation (WWF) during the late 1990s. With unmatched charisma, electrifying catchphrases, and a powerful physique, he became one of the most popular wrestlers in history. Yet his story begins with heritage. His father, Rocky Johnson, was an African-Canadian wrestling pioneer, while his mother, Ata Maivia, comes from a Samoan wrestling dynasty. This dual lineage shaped a man who proudly honors both cultures. After leaving wrestling, Johnson made what many thought would be an impossible leap, conquering Hollywood. From the Scorpion King to Fast and Furious to Moana $10 Bill, making him one of the highest-paid actors of all time. His deep voice, physicality, and natural humor turned him into a global brand. But Johnson is more than muscles. He is also a savvy entrepreneur. Through 7 Bucks Productions, he develops films and TV shows, and with ventures like Zoa Energy, he has built a business empire. Would you say his greatest legacy lies in his blockbuster films, or in the inspiration he provides as a role model who overcame rejection and setbacks? Johnson openly shares his struggles with depression, turning vulnerability into strength and encouraging millions to speak about mental health. He has donated generously to charities, helped children's hospitals, and used his platform to empower underprivileged communities. Fans admire him not only for his on-screen heroics, but for his authenticity as a father, philanthropist, and motivator. From a young man cut from Canadian football rosters to the world's most bankable star, Johnson's rise is proof that embracing one's heritage and hardships can create an unstoppable force. Halsey born Ashley Nicolette Frangipane on September 29, 1994 in Edison, New Jersey, is a voice that represents the contradictions of modern fame, raw yet polished, vulnerable yet defiant. With a black father of African-American descent and an Italian-Irish mother, she grew up in a world where her racial identity was constantly questioned. Many fans are surprised to learn of her black heritage because her lighter skin often left her caught between two worlds. Instead of hiding this complexity, Halsey turned it into fuel for her music and activism. Her rise began online. Sharing poetry and acoustic songs on Tumblr and SoundCloud, she built a grassroots following before signing with Astralwerks in 2014. Her debut album, Badlands 2015, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, turning her into an overnight phenomenon. Follow-up projects pushed her further. Hopeless Fountain Kingdom 2017 produced hits like Now or Never, while Manic 2020 delivered the chart-topping single Without Me, which sold over 10 million units in the US alone. By the time she released If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power 2021, a daring concept album about pregnancy and motherhood, she had already sold more than 30 million. Do you think her willingness to sing openly about pain, race, and identity is what makes her music connect so deeply with fans across cultures? Beyond the numbers, Halsey is a fearless advocate. She has stood at protests, donated to racial justice organizations, and spoken at the Women's March. She frequently addresses LGBTQ+ rights, reproductive freedom, and mental health, using her platform to push conversations mainstream media often avoids. Living with bipolar disorder and endometriosis, she refuses to hide her struggles, instead showing fans that imperfection is a form of power. Her ever-changing look, shaved head one year, neon wigs the next, mirrors her refusal to be boxed in musically or socially. Critics praise her for bending pop, alternative, and electronic genres into something uniquely her own. For listeners who only hear her hits on the radio, Halsey might seem like just another pop star. But for those who look deeper, she embodies how embracing one's Black heritage and vulnerabilities can transform into art that challenges, heals, and inspires. Tracee Ellis Ross. Tracee Ellis Ross, born October 29, 1972 in Los Angeles, California, grew up under the bright lights of fame, but managed to create her own legacy independent of her famous lineage. She is the daughter of legendary Motown singer. From her breakthrough came with the sitcom Girlfriends 2000 to 2008, where she played Joan Clayton, a lawyer navigating friendship, love, and career struggles. The role earned her multiple NAACP Image Awards and established her as a relatable face for a generation of women balancing ambition with vulnerability. But her star rose even higher with the ABC hit Blackish 2014-2022, where she portrayed Dr. Rainbow Bo Johnson. For this role, she won a Golden Globe Award and earned several Emmy nominations, becoming one of the few Black women recognized at that level in comedy. Do you think her ability to combine comedy with social commentary is what makes her performances resonate so strongly with audiences beyond acting? Tracee has proven herself as a businesswoman and advocate. In 2019, she launched Pattern Beauty, a hair care brand designed for curly and textured hair, which has since become a multi-million-dollar company and a cultural statement of pride for the Black community. She has also directed episodes of Blackish and Mixed-ish, showing her versatility behind the camera. Her fashion is another signature. Known for bold colors, avant-garde silhouettes, and natural hairstyles, Tracee is a regular on best-dressed lists, often celebrated for redefining glamour on her own terms. She consistently uses her platform to advocate for women's empowerment, racial equality, and authentic representation in media. Tracee Ellis Ross is more than the daughter of a music legend. She is an Emmy-nominated actress, a Golden Globe winner, an entrepreneur, and a cultural icon. By embracing her African-American roots while blazing her own trail, she reminds us that identity and heritage are not limitations, but sources of extraordinary power. Pete Wentz. Pete Wentz, born Peter Louis Kingston Wentz III on June 5, 1979 in Chicago, Illinois, is best known as the energetic bassist and principal lyricist of the pop-punk band Fall Out Boy. While his stage presence, dark eyeliner, spiky hair, and frantic bass lines help define the look and sound of the 2000s emo movement, many fans don't realize that Wentz has African-Jamaican heritage on his mother's side. Fall Out Boy, formed in 2001, became one of the defining bands of its era. With chart-topping hits like Sugar We're Going Down, Yes and Thanks for Thamers, they sold millions of records and influenced an entire generation of alternative rock fans. Their breakthrough album From Under the Cork Tree went double platinum in the United States, propelling they. At the height of the band's fame, Wentz's personal life became tabloid fodder, particularly his relationship with pop star Ashley Simpson, with whom he shares a son. But through the highs and lows of celebrity culture, he remained a steady creative force. Even during Fall Out Boy's hiatus from 2009 to 2013, he pursued side projects like DJing and his label Decay Dance Records. Do you think his role as a lyricist has had a bigger impact on Fall Out Boy's success than his iconic image? As the band's front-facing personality, Wentz has also been open about his struggles with bipolar disorder, turning vulnerability into advocacy. By speaking publicly about mental health, he gave fans permission to embrace their own battles without shame. His influence extends beyond music into fashion writing and entrepreneurship, solidifying his role as a multifaceted cultural figure. Pete Wentz's journey proves that identity is layered and heritage often goes unseen. Yet his African-Jamaican roots combined with his artistry helped him become one of the most recognizable figures in 21st century rock, bridging the gap between underground emo culture and mainstream stardom. Derek Jeter. Derek Sanderson Jeter, born June 26, 1974 in Pequannock, New Jersey, is one of baseball's most iconic figures and a living symbol of consistency, leadership, and grace under pressure. His father, Dr. Charles Jeter, is African-American and a former substance abuse counselor, while his mother, Dorothy, has Irish and German roots. Growing up in a biracial family during the 1970s and 1980s, Jeter developed a toughness and quiet confidence that carried him all the way to Yankee Stadium. Drafted by the New York Yankees in 1992, Jeter made his major league debut in 1995 and quickly became the face of the franchise. Over a 20-year career, all spent with the Yankees, he amassed 3 465 hits, the 5 World Series championships, and 14 All-Star games. But beyond the statistics, his reputation was built on character. Jeter avoided scandals, maintained professionalism in an era often defined by controversies, and became a role model for countless aspiring athletes. He established the Turn 2 Foundation in 1996, encouraging young people to avoid drugs and alcohol and to pursue healthy, productive lives. Do you think Jeter's legacy is defined more by his incredible numbers on the field or by the leadership qualities that inspired both teammates and fans? After retiring in 2014, Jeter transitioned into ownership and business. In 2017, he became CEO and part owner of the Miami Marlins Breaking Barriers as one of the few African-American executives in Major League Baseball. His induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2020, with 99.7% of the vote, just one ballot short of unanimous, proved his lasting impact on the game. Derek Jeter's journey is more than a sports story. It is the narrative of a biracial athlete who overcame stereotypes, carried the weight of Yankee tradition, and became an enduring symbol of excellence and integrity. Troyan Bellisario. Troyan Avery. Bellisario, born October 28, 1985 in Los Angeles, California, is an actress, director, and writer who grew up in a household where storytelling was part of daily life. Her father, Donald P. Bellisario, is a renowned television producer behind series like NCIS and Magnum P.I., while her mother, actress Deborah Pratt, is African-American and of Creole descent. This mixed heritage placed Troyan in the unique position of inheriting both Hollywood tradition and the cultural complexity of being biracial. Her breakthrough role came as Spencer Hastings in the hit teen drama Pretty Little Liars, 2010 to 2017. The show became a cultural phenomenon, running for 7 seasons and attracting millions of loyal viewers worldwide. Spencer, the smart, ambitious, and sometimes troubled perfectionist, allowed Troyan to showcase her range, earning her multiple Teen Choice Awards and a People's Choice Award. Beyond the glamour of the series, Troyan's performance gave depth to a character constantly under pressure, resonating with young audiences who saw parts of themselves in her struggles. What do you think made Spencer Hastings so unforgettable? Her intelligence, her vulnerability, or Troyan's ability to bring both together on screen? Outside of Pretty Little Liars, Trojan Feed 2017, which she also wrote and produced, drawing from her own experiences with an eating disorder. She directed episodes of PLL and short films, carving out a reputation as a multifaceted storyteller. Troyan has spoken openly about her battles with anxiety and anorexia, becoming an advocate for mental health awareness and inspiring fans by turning personal pain into art. Her personal life reflects the same balance of Hollywood and heart. In 2016, she married actor Patrick J. Adams from Suits, and together they are raising 2 daughters while continuing their artistic pursuits. Troyan Bellisario's journey is not just about fame, it's about resilience, representation, and redefining what it means to be a modern actress. With African-American roots and a Hollywood pedigree, she bridges two worlds, proving that authenticity and creativity can break through industry barriers and leave a legacy far deeper than a single role. Jessica Soar. Jessica Karen Soar, born March 31, 1985 in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin, is best remembered by many fans for her role as Vanessa Abrams in the hit teen drama Gossip Girl, 2007 to 2012. Her presence on the show added depth and complexity to a series dominated by privilege and power. While audiences were captivated by the Upper East Side's glittering scandals, Vanessa stood out as a grounded artistic soul. Yet what many viewers don't realize is that Jessica has African-American before Gossip Girl CSI Miami. My Wife, What I Like About You. Her big break came when she was cast opposite Blake Lively Penn Badgley and Leighton Meester in Goss. Vanessa's outsider status mirrored Jessica's own experience as someone who never quite fit into Hollywood's typical molds. Her film career has included roles in Piranha 3D 2 I Don't Know How She Does It, the 2013. More recently, she appeared in the acclaimed series The Orville Maxim and Glamour Celebrates. Do you think being cast as an outsider character like Vanessa actually highlighted Jessica's strength and made her stand out even more on Gossip Girl? Jessica Soar has also dedicated time to charitable causes, supporting organizations focused on children's health and animal welfare. Off-screen, she is a mother, adding another dimension to her already multifaceted life. Her career path illustrates the challenges and triumphs of being biracial in Hollywood. With African-American roots that are often overlooked, Jessica has shown that identity is layered and powerful. From Wisconsin beginnings to the heart of New York's fictional Upper East Side, she embodies perseverance and individuality in an industry that often thrives on conformity. Rita Ora. Rita Sahachu Ora, born Nov and raised in London, is a pop powerhouse whose journey to stardom was anything but conventional. When her family fled war-torn Kosovo in the early 1990s, they sought refuge in the UK, where Rita grew up immersed in a blend of cultures. Though often recognized for her Eastern European heritage, few realize she also has African ancestry through her maternal grandfather, a background that adds another layer of richness to her identity. Ora's breakthrough came in 2012 when her debut album Ora debuted at #1 or Produce R.I.P. and How We Do Party, P 2018 and You and I 2023, with hits like Anywhere and Let You Love Me gaining international acclaim. Her music, a blend of pop, R&B, and dance influences, has helped her achieve more than a dozen UK top 10 singles, an achievement few female artists in Britain can match. Do you think Rita's global appeal comes more from her ability to reinvent her music style, or from the cultural diversity she embodies? Beyond the recording studio, Rita has made her mark on film and television. She appeared in 50 Shades of Grey 2015 and voiced a character in Pokémon Detective Pikachu 2019. She has also become a familiar face on talent shows, serving as a judge on Teeth, The X Factor, and The Masked Singer UK. Rita is also deeply committed to philanthropy. She has worked with organizations like UNICEF, the Prince's Trust, and the Kosovo Foundation for Open Society, often using her platform to speak about refugee rights and equality. Rita Ora's story is one of resilience, reinvention, and pride in a multifaceted identity. From her African roots to her European upbringing and British career, she represents the modern global artist, one who transcends boundaries and inspires audiences worldwide through both her heritage and her music. Cash Warren. Cash Garner. Warren, born January 10, 1979 in Los Angeles, California, is often introduced to the world as the husband of actress Jessica Alba. But his story is far richer than that shorthand. The son of Michael Warren, an African-American Hill Street Blues and Sue Naramore of European descent, Cash grew up in a family that reflected both diversity and creativity. His biracial background gave him an early understanding of identity and perspective qualities that would later shape his approach to business and film production. After studying at Yale University, Cash entered Hollywood behind the camera. He worked as a production assistant on Fantastic Four 2004, where he met Jessica Alba. The two married in 2008 and now have 3 children together. But Warren's ambitions stretched far beyond a single set. He co-founded in-producing acclaimed documentaries like Crips and Bloods Made in America 2 Cartel L 2015. His work consistently reflects an interest in exploring social issues, identity and justice, subjects rooted in his awareness of heritage and responsibility. In 2011, alongside Alba, he co-founded The Honest Company, a consumer goods brand focused on eco-friendly baby beauty and household products. The company quickly grew into a billion-dollar business, proving that Warren was not just a producer, but also a savvy entrepreneur with vision. Do you think his biggest legacy will come from shaping socially conscious films or from building a business that changes how families live every day? Despite often being in the background compared to Alba's fame, Cash has cultivated a reputation as both a supportive partner and a thoughtful leader. He balances his Hollywood roots with a keen sense of philanthropy, supporting charities focused on education, children's health, and environmental causes. Cash Warren's journey reflects the power of blending artistry with enterprise. By embracing his African-American heritage, nurturing stories that matter, and building businesses that align with his values, he has carved out an identity far beyond the title of celebrity spouse. His life proves that influence can be measured not only in fame, but also in the impact made behind the scenes. Jennifer Beals. Jennifer Beals, born December 19, 1963 in Chicago, Illinois, is a performer whose career has spanned decades marked by grace, intelligence, and quiet resilience. Her father, Alfred Beals, was an African-American grocery store owner, while her mother, Jean, of Irish descent, worked as an elementary school teacher. Losing her father at a young age, Jennifer grew up in a biracial household where identity was not only personal but political, shaping how she would later navigate Hollywood. Her breakthrough came almost overnight with the 1983 film Flashdance. At just 19, Beals captivated audiences as Alex Owens, a steelworker by day and dancer by night, chasing her dream of becoming a ballerina. The film grossed over $200 million and earned her a Golden Globe nomination and made her an instant icon. More than the leg warmers and the soundtrack, her performance represented determination, independence, and vulnerability, qualities that resonated with audiences of all backgrounds. After Flashdance, Beals made deliberate choices, often prioritizing education and meaningful projects over blockbuster fame. She studied at Yale University, graduating with a degree in American literature, proving she valued intellect as much as artistry. She later built a steady career across film and television, with standout roles in The L Word, 2004-2009, where she portrayed Bet Porter, a complex, ambitious lesbian art curator. That role not only won her critical acclaim, but also positioned her as a trailblazer for LGBTQ+ representation on mainstream television. Do you think her decision to balance stardom with intellectual and socially impactful roles made her career more inspiring than if she had chased only fame? Beyond acting, Jennifer has been a vocal advocate for women's rights, LGBTQ+ equality, and environmental issues. She has consistently used her platform to highlight underrepresented voices, never shying away from her identity as a biracial woman in Hollywood. Jennifer Beals' story shows that fame is not just about visibility, but about responsibility. From her African-American heritage to her bold career choices, she has embodied the power of staying true to oneself. More than 4 decades after Flashdance, she remains a respected actress, an activist and a cultural icon whose influence continues to ripple across generations. Carmen Ejogo. Carmen Elizabeth Ejogo, born October 22, 1973 in Kensington, London, is a British-American actress and singer whose career blends elegance, versatility, and a deep connection to heritage. Her father, Charles Ejogo, is Nigerian, while her mother, Elizabeth, is Scottish. Growing up in a biracial household in London, Carmen learned early how identity can shape opportunities, perspectives, and resilience. That awareness would later influence the roles she chose, characters that often embody both strength and vulnerability. Her early work began in the UK, where she hosted a Saturday morning children's show and acted in small productions. But her breakout came across the Atlantic when she portrayed Coretta Scott King in Boycott 2001, a performance that displayed remarkable poise and emotional depth. Years later, she reprised the role in Ava DuVernay's Selma 2014, once again embodying the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with dignity and humanity. Her portrayal earned her critical acclaim, reminding audiences of the sacrifices made by women who stood behind the civil rights movement. Ejogo's range extends well beyond biographical roles. She has appeared in The Purge Anarchy, 2014 Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, 20 2019, proving her ability to shift between blockbuster fantasy gritty drama and suspense. Her work often reflects her desire to challenge stereotypes and expand what audiences expect from actresses of color. Would you say her portrayals of real-life historical figures carry more cultural weight than her roles in Hollywood blockbusters? Outside of acting, Carmen has explored music, collaborating with artists such as Sparklehorse and singing on the soundtrack of Love's Labour's Lost. Her artistic sensibility extends to fashion and advocacy, where she frequently speaks about representation, gender equality, and the importance of diverse storytelling. Carmen Ejogo's career demonstrates the power of heritage and authenticity in shaping artistry. With a Nigerian father and Scottish mother, she has carried her biracial identity into every role, balancing vulnerability with authority. Whether as a civil rights icon, a magical figure in fantasy, or a conflicted character in modern dramas, Carmen leaves an imprint that transcends genre, reminding audiences that identity is never a limitation but a source of depth and strength. Sophie Okonedo. Sophie Okonedo, born August 11, 1968, in London, England. Her breakthrough came with the Oscar-nominated performance in Hotel Rwanda 2004, where she played Tatiana Rusesabagina, the courageous wife of Don Cheadle's character. The role earned her an and firmly established The Secret Life of Bees 2008, Skin 2008, and Disney's Christopher Robin 2018. And beyond film, Okonedo has made a significant impact on stage and television. She has performed in major West End and Broadway productions, winning a Tony Award in 2014 for A Raisin in the Sun. It is Telly Undercover 2016 and British. Do you think her greatest impact has come from her award-winning stage performances, or from her unforgettable roles on screen? Recognition for Sophie's craft has come with numerous nominations, including BAFTA, Emmy, and Olivier Awards. Yet she remains known for her humility and commitment to telling stories that matter. Off-screen, she advocates for education and women's rights, aligning her platform with causes that reflect her personal convictions. Sophie Okonedo's career is a testament to the richness of biracial identity and the strength that comes from embracing it fully. From her Nigerian roots to her Jewish upbringing, she embodies a multicultural heritage that deepens her artistry. Whether commanding the screen in powerful dramas or owning the stage with grace, Sophie has built a legacy that proves representation, authenticity, and courage can resonate across the world. Maya Rudolph. Maya Kabira. Rudolph, born July 27, 197, is a performer whose career blends comedy music and fearless versatility. She is the daughter of legendary African-American soul singer Minnie Riperton, best known for the hit Lovin' You, and Richard Rudolph, a Jewish-American composer and producer. Growing up in a biracial household where creativity was abundant, Maya inherited not only her mother's musicality, but also the resilience to navigate spaces where identity often defined opportunity. Her rise to fame began on Saturday Night Live 2000 to 2007, where she became one of the standout cast members. Known for her uncanny impressions ranging from Beyoncé to Oprah Winfrey, Maya earned a reputation as a chameleon capable of slipping into any character. Her comedy was sharp yet playful, always layered with authenticity. Leaving SNL didn't slow her down. Instead, it opened new doors. She transitioned into film with standout roles in Bridesmaids 2011, The Way Back 2013, and Licorice Pizza 2021. She has also made her mark in voice acting, bringing characters to life in animated hits like Big Hero 6, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Netflix's Big Mouth. Her performances consistently showcase her ability to move seamlessly between comedy and drama, a skill rooted in her willingness to embrace her multifaceted identity. Do you think her comedic genius is amplified by her musical roots? Or has her ability to embody diverse characters always been her greatest strength? Outside of acting, Maya has carried her mother's musical torch. She has performed with the band The Rentals and her own Prince tribute group, reflecting her deep connection to music. She has also received multiple Emmy nominations, highlighting her continued impact on television and comedy. As a biracial woman in Hollywood, Maya has spoken about the challenges of representation using humor and vulnerability to break barriers. She is not just a comedian or actress, she is an artist who transforms heritage and personal history into performances that resonate across generations. Maya Rudolph's career proves that laughter, music, and identity can merge into something timeless, making her one of the most dynamic entertainers of her era. J. Cole. Jermaine Lamar. Cole, better known as J. Cole, was born January 28, 1985 in Frankfurt, Germany, on a U.S. Army base before being raised by his mother in Fayetteville, North Carolina. His father, an African-American U.S. Army veteran, left when Cole was young, while his mother of European descent struggled to provide stability. Growing up biracial in the American South deeply influenced Cole's perspective, sharpening the themes of identity, inequality, and perseverance that define his music. From an early age, Cole gravitated toward storytelling through rhyme. After moving to New York to chase his dream, he became the first artist signed to Jay-Z's Roc Nation in 2009. His debut studio album C 2011 debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 albums, like 2014 Forest Hills Drive, triple platinum with no features, and Code 2018, which tackled themes of addiction and capitalism, solidified his reputation as a socially conscious artist. His sixth album, Faith 2. Do you think J. Cole's biggest impact comes from his technical skill as a rapper, or from the way he uses music to spark reflection and change beyond music? Cole founded Dreamville Records, nurturing artists like J.I.D. and Ari Lennox, and launched the Dreamville Festival in North Carolina, celebrating hip-hop culture. He has also been involved in philanthropy funding projects in his hometown, including housing for single mothers. J. Cole's journey from a boy raised by a single mother to a Grammy-winning rapper and cultural leader embodies the power of embracing one's roots. His African-American heritage is central to his identity, not as a label, but as a wellspring of truth. Through lyrics that blend vulnerability with conviction, Cole has proven that hip-hop can be both deeply personal and universally transformative. Blake Griffin. Blake Austin Griffin, born March 16, 1989 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Tommy Griffin Griffin rose to fame at the University of Oklahoma, where he dominated college basketball and won the Naismith College Player of the Year award in 2009. Selected as the #1 overall pick in the 2009 NBA draft by the Los Angeles Clippers, his career almost derailed immediately due to a knee injury that sidelined him for his rookie year. But when he finally debuted in 2010, he took the league by storm. His rookie season was legendary. Averaging 22.5 points and 12.1 rebounds per game, Griffin won NBA Rookie of the Year, and 6 NBA All-Star selections, and 5 All-NBA honors, proving he was more than just an athlete with hops. As injuries mounted, Blake reinvented himself. Instead of relying solely on athleticism, he developed a versatile game, adding ball handling, playmaking, and a reliable jump shot. This adaptation extended his career, allowing him to remain productive with the Detroit Pistons and later the Brooklyn Nets. Do you think Blake Griffin will be remembered more for his high-flying dunks that defined an era, or for his evolution into a complete player who refused to be limited by injuries off the court? Griffin has shown a sharp sense of humor, often appearing in commercials and even dabbling in stand-up comedy. He has also supported charitable causes focusing on children's health and education initiatives. Blake Griffin's story is more than highlights. It's a testament to resilience, reinvention, and the pride of embracing his African-Haitian heritage. His legacy proves that greatness isn't only about how high you can soar, but also about how you adapt when life forces you back down to earth. Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Gugulethu Sophia Mbatha-Raw, widely known as Gugu Mbatha-Raw, of April 21, 1983, in Oxford, England. Her name, Gugulethu, means our pride in Zulu, to be Patrick Mbatha, a South African. From an early age, Gugu showed talent in the arts, studying at the prestigious Royal Academy of Dramatic Art RADA in London. Her breakout role came in the historical drama Belle 2013, where she portrayed Dido Elizabeth Bell, the mixed-race daughter of a Royal Navy officer and an African woman in 18th century England. The film not only earned her critical acclaim, but also highlighted the rarely told story of a biracial woman navigating privilege and prejudice in aristocratic society. She went on to star in a wide variety of projects, including Beyond the Lights 2014, where she played a pop star struggling with fame, and the Apple TV Plus series The Morning Show 2019, Taken Loki 2021, where she portrayed Judge Ravonna Renslayer. Each role demonstrates her ability to embody layered characters with elegance and intensity. Do you think her choice of socially meaningful roles has made her career more impactful than if she had pursued only commercial blockbusters? Her talent has not gone unnoticed. Gugu has been nominated for BAFTA Rising Star and received widespread recognition for bringing nuance to roles that often intersect with questions of race, gender, and identity. Off-screen, she is an advocate for refugee rights and humanitarian causes, working with organizations like UNHCR to raise awareness. Gugu Mbatha-Raw is proof that representation matters. By embracing her South African roots while thriving in international cinema, she has become a symbol of possibility for biracial and Black actresses worldwide. Her story is one of heritage artistry and the courage to choose roles that do more than entertain, they enlighten. Shane West. Shane West, born Shannon Bruce Snaith, the Cajun and African-American ancestry. He first gained attention on the late 1990s teen drama Once and Again, 1999 to 2002. But it was his starring role in A Walk to Remember, 2002, opposite Mandy Moore, that made him a household name. Playing Landon Carter, a troubled high school rebel who falls in love with a minister's daughter, West captured hearts worldwide and cemented himself as a romantic lead. The film grossed over $47 million, becoming a cult favorite for its emotional sincerity. Beyond that breakthrough, Shane built a diverse portfolio. He played Tom Sawyer in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen 2003 alongside Sean Connery, and later took on darker, edgier roles in the CW series, Nikita 2010 to 2013, and the supernatural drama Salem 2014 to 2017. His ability to navigate genres from romance to action to horror showcased his adaptability and depth as an actor. Do you think his legacy will be tied more to the heartfelt romance of A Walk to Remember, or to the darker, complex characters he embraced later in his career? West is also a musician. He served as the lead vocalist for the punk rock band The Germs, stepping in to honor the legacy of the late Darby Crash. His work in music underscored his versatility, proving he wasn't confined to Hollywood alone. Outside of his artistic pursuits, Shane has supported environmental and animal welfare charities, reflecting the grounded values shaped by his upbringing. His journey demonstrates that being biracial in Hollywood, though sometimes overlooked, can enrich artistry, offering a perspective that deepens storytelling. From swoon-worthy teen heartthrob to multifaceted entertainer, Shane West's career reflects resilience, evolution, and the pride of embracing his African-American roots while carving out a place in entertainment history. Rosario Dawson. Rosario Isabel Dawson, born May 9, 1979 in New York City, is an actress, activist, and producer whose career reflects both artistic versatility and social commitment. Raised in a modest household by her mother, Isabel Celeste, who has and her stepfather, Greg Dawson Rosario, grew up in the heart of the Lower East Side. Her biracial and multicultural heritage gave her a sense of resilience and identity that would become central to both her life and her career. Discovered at the age of 15, she made her acting debut in Larry Clark's controversial film Kids, 1995. The raw, unfiltered performance launched her into the spotlight and set the stage for a career defined by bold choices. She went on to appear in critically acclaimed films such as He Got Game, 1998, Rent 2005, and 7 Pounds 2008. Her versatility extended to action and fantasy with roles in Sin 2 Clerks 2, 2006, and most recently as Ahsoka Tano in the Star Wars universe, where her performance was hailed by fans for bringing depth to a beloved animated character. But Rosario Dawson's story is not confined to Hollywood. She has consistently used her platform for activism supporting voter registration initiatives, environmental causes, and racial justice movements. She co-founded Voto Latino in 2004, an organization aimed at empowering young Hispanic and multicultural communities to engage in politics. Her commitment to social justice has made her a respected voice both on and off screen. Do you think her legacy will be more defined by her activism or by the iconic characters she has brought to life across film and television? Her impact has also reached television, where she starred in Marvel's Daredevil and Luke Cage, embodying Claire Temple, a character who bridged multiple storylines in the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Netflix. This further showcased her ability to ground fantastical stories with emotional truth. Rosario Dawson's journey demonstrates the power of embracing one's heritage while staying true to personal convictions. With Afro-Caribbean roots, a fearless artistic spirit, and an unshakable commitment to justice, she has become more than a performer. She is a cultural force reminding audiences that identity and artistry can be powerful tools for change. Tinashe Jorgensen Kachingwe, born February 6, 19, is a singer-songwriter, dancer, and actress whose career embodies creativity, resilience, and independence. Her father, Michael Kachingwe, immigrated from Zimbabwe, and her mother, Amy, is of Danish, Norwegian, and Irish descent. Growing up biracial in the American South, Tinashe often felt the tension of standing between cultures, but she transformed that experience into fuel for her artistry. Her career began in childhood with acting roles on shows like 2.5 Men, and films such as Aquila and the Bee Aquarius 2014 was hailed by critics as one of the most innovative R&B projects of the decade, featuring the platinum-certified single 2, on which peaked at number. What makes Tinashe stand out is her refusal to be boxed into one genre. She blends R&B, pop, hip-hop, and electronic influences, creating a sound uniquely her own. Later albums such as Night Ride, Joyride 2018 and her independent release Songs for You 2019. Do you think Tinashe's decision to leave major labels and go independent was a bold career risk or the key to her artistic freedom? Beyond music, Tinashe is celebrated for her dancing, performing intricate choreography that rivals pop's biggest names. She has also lent her voice to animation and continued to act in television, proving her versatility across entertainment. Offstage, she advocates for mental health awareness and body positivity, speaking candidly about the pressures of the music industry. Tinashe's journey reflects the strength of embracing her Zimbabwean heritage while carving a space in global pop culture. By balancing vulnerability with bold experimentation, she has built a career that defies labels and inspires fans to find freedom in authenticity. Amber Rose, Amber Levenchuk, widely known as Amber Rose, was born October 21, 1983, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. With a father of Cape Verdean and Irish descent, and Amber first entered the public eye as a model known for her striking shaved head and curvy figure, an aesthetic that defied conventional beauty standards in the fashion industry. Her bold look caught the attention of hip-hop moguls, leading to appearances in music videos and eventually a high-profile relationship with Kanye West in 2008. Later, her marriage to rapper Wiz Khalifa, with whom she shares a son, kept her in the media spotlight. But Amber Rose has always insisted she is more than who she dates. Her career branched out into acting roles in films like School Dance 2014 and television, most notably with her own talk show The 2016. She also appeared on And P. Do you think Amber Rose's greatest influence has come from her fashion and beauty impact, or from her outspoken activism that challenges social norms? Perhaps her most enduring legacy is activism. In 2015, she founded the Slut Walk, an annual event in Los Angeles designed to protest rape culture, victim blaming, and gender inequality. The march brought thousands together, amplifying conversations about women's rights and sexual empowerment. Her candid memoir, How to Be a Bad Bitch, 2015, further cemented her role as a cultural provocateur who refuses to conform. Amber Rose's story reflects resilience and the courage to embrace identity. With Cape Verdean heritage as part of her roots, she embodies diversity in every sense, style, advocacy, and personality. More than a celebrity, she has become a symbol of empowerment, encouraging others to live unapologetically and demand respect on their own terms. Tyson Beckford, Tyson Craig. Beckford, born December 19, 1970 in Rochester, New York, is widely celebrated as one of the first black male supermodels to dominate the global fashion scene. His parents, Lloyd Beckford and Hillary Dixon Hall, both immigrated from People G, discovered in the early 1990s by a talent scout while hanging out in Manhattan. Tyson was quickly signed by Ralph Lauren. His work with the brand, especially as the face of Polo, Ralph Lauren's men's line, turned him into a global icon. With chiseled cheekbones, sculpted physique, and undeniable charisma, he became a trailblazer at a time when fashion runways were overwhelmingly white. By the mid-1990s, Moisture and People magazine hailed him as one of the 50 Don't, but Tyson was more than a model. He transitioned into acting with roles in Biker Boys 2, Into the Blue 20, Make Me a Supermodel, inspiring a new generation to break barriers in fashion. Do you think Tyson Beckford's influence is greater in his role as a fashion pioneer, or in the way he's opened doors for diverse models who followed after him? Outside of the spotlight, Tyson has supported numerous charitable causes, including HIV/AIDS awareness campaigns and programs focused on youth empowerment. Known for his disciplined fitness and authenticity, he continues to model and maintain his relevance even after 3 decades in the industry. Tyson Beckford's journey is proof that heritage and perseverance can redefine an entire industry. With Jamaican and Panamanian roots, he didn't just change the image of male beauty and fashion, he created space for black men to be celebrated on runways, magazine covers, and beyond. His story remains one of trailblazing resilience and undeniable influence. Thandiwe Newton. Thandiwe Ajewa Newton. Born November 6, 1972 in London. England is one of the most respected actresses of her generation, known for her fearless choice of roles and outspoken advocacy. Her father, Nick Newton, is a British laboratory technician, while her mother, Nyasha, is a Zimbabwean healthcare worker. Growing up biracial in England during the 1970s and 1980s, Thandiwe often felt isolated, but she later turned those experiences into fuel for her artistry. Notably, she reclaimed the original Zimbabwean spelling of her name, Thandiwe, in 2021, after decades of being credited as Thandi. Her breakthrough came in the mid-1990s, with Jefferson in Paris, 1995, and Beloved, 1998, where she played opposite Oprah Winfrey. But it was her role in Crash 2004 that brought her widespread recognition, earning her a BAFTA award for Best Supporting Actress. Later in HBO's sci-fi series Westworld 20, Primetime Emmy Award. Her filmography spans blockbusters and intimate dramas from Mission Impossible 2, 2000 to the 2R universe in Solo, A Star Wars Story 2018. Each role reflects her versatility and willingness to challenge stereotypes about women of color in Hollywood. Do you think her decision to embrace unconventional, thought-provoking roles has made her career more influential than if she had focused only on mainstream blockbusters? Off-screen, Thandiwe has been a passionate advocate for women's rights, racial justice, and representation. She has spoken openly about surviving abuse in the film industry, using her platform to push for systemic change and greater protection for young women. In 2013, she co-founded the anti-human trafficking organization We Do It Together, aligning her fame with causes that impact vulnerable communities worldwide. Colin Kaepernick, Colin Rand. Kaepernick, born November 3, 1987 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Kaepernick's athleticism was undeniable from the start. At the University of Nevada, he became the only Division Y quarterback to pass for over 10,000 yards and rush for over 4,000 in his college career. Drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in the second round of the 2011 NFL Draft, he exploded into the spotlight when he led the 49ers to the sin, but it was his actions off the field that etched his name into history. In 2016, Kaepernick began kneeling during the national anthem to protest police brutality and racial injustice. The gesture ignited a firestorm praised as courageous by some, condemned as unpatriotic by others. By 2017, he was effectively blackballed from the NFL, never signed again despite being in his athletic prime. He later reached a settlement with the league after filing a grievance for collusion. Do you think his sacrifice of a flourishing career made his message even more powerful than if he had continued playing beyond the controversy Kaepernick has turned into a movement? He launched the Know Your Rights camp aimed at educating and empowering Black and brown youth. He signed publishing and media deals, including a Netflix docuseries using storytelling to amplify marginalized voices. Nike's 2018 campaign featuring him, Believe in Something, even if it means sacrificing everything, became one of the most talked about ads of the decade. Colin Kaepernick's legacy extends far beyond touchdowns and Super Bowls. He is the rare athlete who turned protest into progress, showing how embracing one's African-American heritage can become a platform for justice and change. Lauren London. Lauren Nicole London, born December 5, 1984 in Los Angeles, California. African-American father, and A is her breakout came in the 2006 coming-of-age film ATL starring opposite rapper T.I. As Erin New Garnet, she portrayed a teenager torn between privilege and authenticity, a performance that resonated deeply with audiences and made her a rising star. She followed with appearances on popular television series such as 90210 In and The Game, where her charisma and natural presence made her a fan favorite. Beyond acting, Lauren has also worked in modeling, appearing in campaigns for Sean John Tommy Hilfiger and several urban lifestyle brands. Her style, blending California cool with timeless elegance, has made her a fashion reference point for many young women. Her personal life, however, has often captured as much attention as her career. In 2013, she began a relationship with rapper and activist Nipsey Hussle. Their love story, admired for its authenticity, became a symbol of Black love and resilience. The couple had a son, Cross, in 2016. Nipsey's tragic death in 2019 shook the hip-hop community and the world, and Lauren's strength in the aftermath made her a figure of quiet dignity and perseverance. Do you think her ability to stay authentic in both her work and personal life is what has allowed fans to connect so strongly with her? Over the years, Lauren London has since continued acting, including her role in Without Remorse 2021, alongside Michael B. Jordan, and has dedicated herself to keeping Nipsey's legacy alive through community work and advocacy. She often speaks about healing heritage and self-love, turning her personal grief into inspiration for others. Her journey is more than Hollywood stardom. It is the story of a biracial Black woman navigating fame loss and identity while remaining true to herself. Lauren London stands as both an artist and a cultural icon, reminding audiences of the power of authenticity and resilience. Alicia Keys. Alicia Augello Cook, widely known as Alicia Keys, was born January 25, 1981 in New York City. The daughter of Craig Cook, an African-American flight attendant, and Terry Au, a paralegal of Italian and Irish descent. Alicia grew up in the tough but culturally rich neighborhood of Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. Her biracial heritage shaped her artistry, giving her both the soulful depth of Black music traditions and the classical discipline her mother encouraged. From a young age, Alicia showed remarkable talent. She began piano lessons at age 7 and was soon mastering complex classical pieces by Chopin, Beethoven, and Mozart. By 14, she was writing her own songs, blending classical training with R&B and hip-hop influences. Her debut album, Songs in a Minor 2001, was a sensation, selling over 12 million copies worldwide and 5 Grammy Awards, including Best New Artist and Song of the Year for Fallen. Her career only grew from there, with hits like If I Ain't Got You No One and In 65 Million, and earned 15 Grammy Awards. Do you think Alicia Keys' timeless appeal comes more from her raw, soulful voice or from the authenticity she brings to every song? Beyond music, Alicia has acted in films like Smokin' Aces, 2T, 2008. She is also a best-selling author, releasing for 2020, where she spoke candidly about identity, love, and empowerment. Her activism is equally impactful. Alicia co-founded Keep a Child Alive, a non-profit providing HIV/AIDS treatment in Africa and India. She has also been a vocal advocate for women's rights, social justice, and mental health awareness. In 2016, she famously launched her No Makeup movement, sparking global conversations about beauty standards and self-acceptance. Alicia Keys is more than a singer-songwriter, she is a cultural force. By embracing her African-American roots, classical training, and activist spirit, she has built a legacy that transcends music, reminding the world that true artistry begins with authenticity. The stories of these 30 celebrities reveal a truth often overlooked. Black heritage comes in many forms, sometimes hidden in plain sight, yet always powerful in shaping culture, art, and history. From music icons to athletes, from Hollywood legends to trailblazers behind the scenes, each has carried their ancestry with pride, even when the world didn't recognize it. But here's the real question. Does society still struggle to accept the complexity of identity? Or are we finally ready to celebrate it in all its forms? Share your thoughts. Below this is Legends of Black Excellence.